Alright guys, it's Sammy Jacks. Today we're going to take a walk into a Biglots over in Tampa. One of the last locations in Tampa as the chain is slowly dissolving or whatever's going on. They're closing, they're not closing, they're just all disappearing. But before we go over there, I saw something interesting over this way. There's a Wawa across the street here. And right here there's a Checkers. I was thinking about going to Checkers for lunch, but this Checkers does not look happy. No, it's all boarded up. There's no food to get at this Checkers here, sadly. And this is the freezer for Checkers. Out in the parking lot, kind of weird. Anyway, so let me tell you a little story here. Story time with Sammy Jacks. This Checkers is obviously closed. But as we cross here, see this Biglots? This whole building here used to be a store called Zayre. The Ace Hardware right here in the corner of the Biglots. It was all part of a Zayre. And that actually closed, God, it's got to be the 80s. Closed the Zayres, became Ames, and then became Biglots. And it's been this way probably ever since. They do have a newer sign on here, probably been remodeled inside, but as you notice on the front, there's a large tarp covering the front entrance of the building. Kind of bizarre. Zayre's has a pretty storied history if you haven't heard of it. It reminded me of like a Kmart or a Target. It's kind of in between there. It had a little food court, but very much like a Kmart. Just a discount store, discount chain. They started in 1956 and they ended around 1990. They had 400 units total, and they started some stores you may have heard of like TJ Maxx and another store called BJ's Wholesale Club, all started by Zayre's. And eventually Zayre's made less money than these other stores, so the bottom line is Zayre's sold the Zayre stores to Ames. And then Zayre's was succeeded by Ames. Ames eventually went bye-bye, and then we were left with empty buildings. This one became a Biglots. I did peek around for a couple remaining elements from Zayre's, and as you see on the front of the building, I'm going to point out there are some color schemes left from the old Zayre's in the Biglots store and in the thrift store next door that we're going to visit in a minute. They do have a newer sign on here, probably been remodeled inside, but as you notice on the front, there's a large tarp covering the front entrance of the building. Kind of bizarre. So here is the exterior, and this was a Zayre, started life as a Zayre. It's currently Biglots and part Ace, the hopeful place. They just try to sell me a wheelbarrow out here. Got the shopping cart law posted out here. Don't steal the shopping carts. It's not nice to do. You can get a year in prison for stealing a shopping cart. I don't know why you'd steal a shopping cart. All right, Biglots. Store closing. Wow. I love me some Biglots. God, this looks like a recently remodeled store. Like the ceiling looks good. The floor looks nice. They have a hot dog toaster. Hot dog toaster. That's my love language right there, hot dog toaster. Okay, so let's see what there is left here at the Biglots. 10% off. Actually, surprisingly, the prices are not that much different. I think you get a better deal when the regular store sales are on. Because when there's a regular store sale, it's like 40% off, and this is only 10% off. So not that much of a great deal. It's interesting, but this was a Zayre in the beginning of its life. Wow, it's like empty in here. Lots of furniture, Biglots furniture. Rod Stewart playing in the background. I hate that. I'm gonna have to toss some background music on here, or else this is gonna get probably stricken by YouTube. 5% off. See, the sales are not that good. So if the price was $95, or if the price was $1, now it's $95. $2, $1.90. So you're getting 10 cents off basically, or 5 cents. I can do math. I can't do math. Anyways, Biglots had some unique products that nobody else had, and it's a shame they might be going bye-bye. There was a rescue deal in the works to, look at this, 29 cents. It used to be like 5 cents a long time ago. But they got stuff nobody else has. And there was a rescue deal to save them, and then that deal fell through. I don't know if they're coming or going anymore. It's just one of those things. They might be here, they might not be here. But there is a cool old Biglots sign in the back of the store that I'll show you in a minute. So all this stuff 5% off. And the Biglots chain started around 1967. Its parent company was Consolidated Stores Corporation. They owned a couple different stores like KB Toys and Toy Liquidators. So most chances are, if you know Biglots, you're probably familiar with those other companies too. They bought a store called McFrugal's, rolled that in at Biglots. We used to have McFrugal's in the Tampa Bay area too. And they also went by the name Odd Lots and Big and Small Lots as well. And eventually all the stores fell under the banner of Biglots. And that's where we ended up today. Biglots had around 900 stores, probably 950, 60 stores by the time they filed bankruptcy. And most of these look like they're going to go by the wayside, unfortunately. Retail history. Christmas trees, 50% off. See, that's like a regular deal after Christmas. You'd usually see 50% off this stuff. Oh, they got more stuff over here. Ooh, that's a nice chair. That's a really nice chair. See what we got over here. Lots of empty space already. But I mean, walking around inside here, you really can't tell it was ever a Zayre. And see, they've got these little squares in the ceiling. I don't know if it's cameras or people used to be up there for loss prevention. See at the very top right here, little squares all over. There's another down there, another in the very corner. Don't know if they do or don't work. Yeah, there's not much left. Slim pickings. So here's some stuff. School supplies. But I mean, the deals, 20% off. See, on a regular sale, it's 40% off. So you get a better deal on a regular sale. So right now, this is not a great sale. It's actually quite sad this whole place is going by the wayside. Oh, what is this? Tools? Oh, paintbrushes. Everybody needs paintbrushes. $10. I don't think that's the greatest deal. But this was the Biglots in the year 2025 before they go bye-bye. You know, they used to sell a kitty litter here and it said like number one choice of cats. You know, the preferred by 10 cats over like 20 or something, I don't know. But how on earth how do they get the cats to vote in this thing? It doesn't make sense. How can a cat vote if they like the kitty litter or not? All right, we got some stuff here. See, 5% off, not the cheapest deal. 10% off. That cat condo over there is pretty nice. And I do not have a cat. My cat died and I'm not replacing my cat. Actually, funny story while we're talking about cats. So there was a time, what is this? A burrow. You got like a pet squirrel or something? Oh, dog toy, okay. My cat, I moved and had a light, an incandescent lamp, one of the old-fashioned glass ones, like 60 watts. And my cat knocked it over on my bed while I was away. I went to a store called Meijer to get some supplies, lunch, whatever. And my cat had knocked the lamp over on the mattress and set my bed on fire. And this is about 15 years ago. But I came back and the bed was on fire. I was able to put it out and save the bed and my cat. It was just weird. It was a strange cat. That's a cool little couch. 10% off, $3.59. They've got some luggage here. See if there's any deals in luggage. Only 10% off. So what is this? This is a pretty nice looking case. Yeah, Brookstone. I don't think that's really a real brand anymore. I think it's just licensed. So this is a Biglots. There's the Biglots. Everyday low prices. See, I don't think, discounts do not apply to beverages. So these are just regular price. All right, I'm gonna get out of here now. There's not much else to see, but I am gonna show you that cool sign out back here. Part probably remaining from Zayre is that paint on the glass up there. See that? Zayre colors. That's cool. Also see the Zayre colors from the outside here. So that's the only remnant. The bathrooms are probably still the same, but that's all that's left from the old Zayre. What is next door here? This is new. There used to be like an event center here. I used to live in this neighborhood. This looks like a clearance place of its own. Look at this floor. So this was like a, oh, it's a thrift store. Wow. Thrift stores are fun. I had to cut the audio out of this part because they were playing copyrighted music really loud. But you can see this store here was originally part of the original Zayres, which comprised of this area and the Biglots and the Ace next door. So you can imagine that was a pretty large store to be made into 3 separate stores. But I was thrifting for a second. I looked around here, looked for some souvenirs. You know, sometimes you can find really cool stuff at thrift stores. I like to collect stuff from different theme parks or different just random places I want to visit or I have visited that are special to me. But in the case of this place, I did not find anything, disappointingly. Anyways, we're going to go back outside now. I'm going to let you go back to the video. Top of that Biglots looks like it's seen better days. Like there's a hole straight through the top. Huh. But, you know, there'll be a life after Biglots. This building will definitely become something else, just like the Zayres did in the Ames after. Something else will take its place, just like the Checkers maybe. That'll probably become something else too. Definitely has that retro, I don't know, what is this, 1960s, 70s, the brick appeal here. Definitely has a retro appeal. I like it. I like the brickwork. I'm kind of sad all this stuff is disappearing. Sears is gone. Kmart's gone. Biglots is gone. They're taking away all the good stuff. And this is Ace Hardware. And then, okay, we're approaching the closed down Checkers on the corner here. KFC. And then as I walk around the corner here, if I don't get backed over by a car, actually there's a little sidewalk here. I'm gonna walk up here for a second, put my sunglasses on. Okay, so as I walk over this way, there's a really old Biglots sign on the front of the building here I want to show you. Just give me 1 second and we will be right there. Little garden department here. And then right here, old Biglots sign. And then this looks like it was part of the, like a little truck dock behind the dumpster. And then this is probably some type of garden department for Zayres. See little roll-up doors and some were taken away. And right next door, there's a bunch of food trucks. Wow, there's a lot of good places to eat here. All right, I'm gonna go back to my car now, if I can find it. This is very interesting looking, to say the least. Sammy Jacks, until next time, don't die unless you have to. Subscribe and I'll talk to you on the other, wait, that doesn't sound right. I'm not gonna talk to you on the other side, that would mean I died. Or you died. Let's not do that. Anyways, I'm Sammy Jacks, don't die unless you have to, and I will talk to you later. Here's some bonus footage. Abandoned Checkers, rallies. No menus. Nothing. Just boards and sadness. I could really go for a big Buford and the Checkers fries right now. They're really good. Obviously didn't work out here. Too much competition. There's a Wawa across the street. KFC next door. There's not enough room for everyone, unfortunately. It is weird that the freezer is outside in the parking lot, like facing the parking lot. Still got the Checkers sign up. Maybe they're going to eventually reopen. Maybe not. No. Well, they might reopen. Yeah, it says Checkers. Oh, they painted over the front one. It's got white paint on it. So sad. Goodbye, Checkers. I promise. I'm Sammy Jacks. Until next time, don't die unless you have to. And I'll see you later.